Okay, good afternoon to everyone. We're on Chapter 6 of Swami Trigunatita. And his foray into Southern California. Now, remember, he was posted in San Francisco. But Swami Trigunatita traveled alone to Los Angeles by train. He went directly to the home of Mrs. K.A. Kelly, to whom he had written from Ceylon, advised no doubt by Swami Trigunatita. Trigunatita had stimulated the Vedanta groups in Los Angeles and Pasadena, which had been started by Swami Vivekananda. And during his brief stays in Southern California, had made many friends there. Now came Swami Trigunatita to carry on Swamiji's work. The Swami had been corresponding beforehand with Mrs. Alice Hansborough, Swamiji's old friend and helper. Now, this was Sister Lalita's sister. She was Mrs. Hansborough, if I'm not mistaken, was one of the Mead sisters, right? I think so. As we have seen earlier, he had written to her from Ceylon. She had replied. Subsequently, he wrote 4 letters to her from San Francisco, in which he told her his plans. My dear Mother Hansborough, very much pleased to hear from you last evening. Kindly accept my hearty thanks. I have a great mind to go to your city and live there for some time. For the present, I have to be here till the end of March and in the beginning of April. I may go to the Shanti Ashram, where I wish to live for a fortnight or so. Vrajapani, wasn't Mrs. Hansborough's sister Lalita's sister? Yep. And that's why they had the house in Pasadena where Swamiji stayed. And thence, I wish to go to Shanti Ashram to live for a fortnight or so. And thence I wish to come to you. I have a mind to make a center in your city. What is your opinion of this? Kindly remember me to all of your friends who bear interest in Vedantism. Wishing you well, yours eternally, Trigunatita. My dear Mother Hansborough, I am in receipt of your kindest affection of January 20th. I am really, Mother, your affectionate son, and no amount of thanks can express my heart in response to that. I don't know, Mother, whether I shall surely be able to start an organization in Los Angeles. However, when I go there, I shall consult with you and your friends personally on the matter. I wish to go to you in May. My namaskars and best wishes to you all. I hope you will kindly write very often to your affectionate son. This is March 1903. My dear Mother Alice Hansborough, I am very glad to receive your so kind affection of the 4th March. Accept my thanks, therefore. Yes, Mother, I intend to stay with Mother Mrs. Kelly when I shall go up to Los Angeles. But if you be at that time there, then I must stay with you for a while at your house as well. Even if you be at Pasadena, I shall go there to see you. I think I shall be able to go up to Los Angeles either in May or in June, and intend to stay there for 3 months. About my going to the ashram, I think I shall not be able to do it before November, because in August or September, I have to come back here again from Los Angeles. You know, man proposes and God disposes. I don't know well what Mother will arrange. About our organization here in a business way, I shall explain to you everything when I shall meet you, and I'm sure you will be able to bless me when you will hear from me an explanation. For the present, Mother, wait and hope and meditate till I come to you. Kindly convey my best love and regards to Mrs. Kelly, Miss Trophane, and others. Yours eternally. P.S. Our Vedanta Society has been moved to 40 Steiner Street. I live here with Mrs. Peterson and her family. 16 March 1903. My dear Mother, Mrs. Hansborough, very glad to receive your kind note of the 11th April last. Kindly accept my thanks for you so much kindness, affection to me shown in that letter. This is the word. I wish to go to Mrs. Kelly's house and to put up there. She's very kind to me. Allow me to give you my cordial thanks for affection to me. I will leave San Francisco on 29 April and go by rail. With my best love and good wishes, yours eternally. The only information we have at present regarding Swami's stay in Mrs. Kelly's or in any other residence in Southern California concerns the bathtub problem. Now remember the bathtub problem. Accustomed now to the arrangement devised at 40 Steiner Street with the low stool of Clinton French's making, Swami Trigunatita requested Mrs. Kelly, his student hostess, to provide something similar, explaining the impossibility of using the same water for feet, body, and head. Whereupon Mrs. Kelly exploded. That is all nonsense, Swami. You just get in that tub. He made no further objections. Cara French tells us, later on, she wondered why she did it. She was a person of wealth and could easily have provided anything you wished or needed for comfort. And one guesses that later on she would scarcely so speak to that indomitable power. I am well, but the health is not good, Swami Trigunatita wrote to his friend Purna Chandra Set from Mrs. Kelly's house on May 18th. The body is not really in good shape, but I feel that I am doing the Lord's work. So even though the body is not well, I'm struggling. I'm not unhappy. I have come here to open a new center, and many people are coming to the lectures. Sometimes there is no space for standing. By the time Swami Trigunatita wrote the letter, he had given 3 Sunday afternoon lectures in Los Angeles. The first in the hall of the old Burbank Theater building, and the second and third in all subsequent lectures at Brent Hall, 534.5 South Spring Street. Admission to all his Los Angeles lectures was free. The Swami's work was clearly a success in Southern California. To Ida Ansel, he had written on May 6, "My lectures here are very successful. Very large audiences are being drawn. All is Mother's will and act." From a 12-page circular that the Swami had printed within a week of his arrival in Los Angeles, and which was similar to the San Francisco circulars, we learn that the titles of his Los Angeles Sunday lectures for May, June, and July were identical with those of February, March, and April in San Francisco. Apart from its list of lectures, the circular contained 1. A brief, concise explanation of the doctrines of Vedanta. 2. A brief history of the growth of the Los Angeles Vedanta Society. 3. The object of the society. 4. Its methods of work. 5. A discussion regarding the duties and privileges of membership. 6. The organization of the society, with a list of the current officers. Inside the back cover, and on the back cover itself, was a list of Swami Vivekananda's and Swami Abhedananda's publications, which could be ordered from the Society's secretary, Mrs. Alice Hansborough. Evidently, Swami Trigunatita had gone almost at once to call on Mrs. Hansborough, and together they had drawn up this circular, and all but created a Vedanta society where there had been only a small but interested group of people. As he had done in the San Francisco circular under the heading Membership, The Swami made it clear that this society was not to be a fly-by-night affair. Swami Trigunatita stayed with Mrs. Kelly for about 3 weeks. Shortly before he moved, he wrote a letter to Swami Trigunatita, from which we learn not only something of his work in Southern California, but also of the high regard he had for his brother disciple. He seems almost to seek his approval. This is May 22nd, 1903. Yeah, I have organized, dear Hari Maharaj, I have organized a society here. I shall send you a prospectus soon. Students' strength is gradually increasing. I have never neglected teaching them meditation and jopam, nor have I left any opportunity in driving home the spirit of renunciation in their heart. Earlier, all people were against organization. Now all of them have signed in favor of the same. Without an organization, no work can be done methodically. However, I have not come across any hurdle in the work of Thakur. Everyone is happy here. I am in the house of Mrs. Kelly for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but as her daughter and brother will be coming soon, she is going to rent a separate house for me. I shall return to San Francisco the end of July, After working there for 3 months, I shall return to the ashram, at Shanti Ashram. This is my routine for this year. I have started meditation class under the oak tree in Pasadena, where Swamiji and you used to sit for meditation. There I conduct reading from Gita, meditation and lecture, etc. Here I arranged regular public lecture in addition to meditation class, Gita class, and question and answer class. Besides, I make them practice meditation at home 4 times a day. Everyone is exceedingly satisfied. Kali, Swami Vedanta, works for 6 months and spends another 6 on tour. Now he has gone to Italy, Greece, etc. He does not seem to be happy with me. Aside from giving lectures and holding classes in Southern California, Swami Trigunatita also gave private interviews or lessons, building up thereby a following of very earnest students. In connection with these interviews, we know of only one noteworthy event. The story, which originally could have been told only by the involved student herself, comes to us from a present-day member of the Vedanta Society of Southern California. It seems that one day a woman, whom the Swami must have known fairly well, came for an interview, proudly wearing a hat lavishly adorned with many feathers. Somehow Swami Trigunatita managed to get that hat into his hands, and throughout the interview, he casually, almost, it would seem, absent-mindedly plucked the quills one by one from their moorings, until the once resplendent hat was just a hat, an ordinary, drab, run-of-the-mill hat, and the feathers of a dead bird on the floor. At the close of the interview, he returned the hat to its owner without a word, and she, without a word, took it. His lessons were not always verbal, but always they were memorable. Swami Trigunatita moved to the house Mrs. Kelly rented for him at 1434 Flower Street, Los Angeles, where he remained for about a month. Then on the 22nd of June, he moved to the residence of Dr. and Mrs. J. Schmitz at 3000 South Main Street, Los Angeles. From there, on July 7, he wrote again to Swami Trigunatita. Excuse me. Neuralgic pain in my chest, back, and abdomen have put me in the jaw of death. Now there have appeared 2 big blisters on my chest as well as the back. In spite of this suffering, I am working as much as I can. Hope I shall be free from trouble soon. Here the activities are going on satisfactorily. Here the number of enlisted members is 32. Public lectures draw 250 to 300, but attendance in class lectures is rather thin. And there's a footnote on this. No, it's not on this, never mind. I'll read it when it gets to the right time, I think. Swami Trigunatita stayed with Dr. Schmitz, who was president of the newborn Los Angeles Vedanta Society, until the end of July when he returned to San Francisco. He would go to Los Angeles again in the spring of 1904 for a month or so. But the society there, now established, needed a full-time Swami of its own. Accordingly, Swami Trigunatita requested Bellarmine to send a junior Swami to Los Angeles. Swami Satchidananda II was chosen for the post. The reason there's 2 after Satchidananda is because I believe he was a disciple of Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda had originally taken that name. But then he's changed it to Vivekananda, right? Yeah.
There was also a Satchidananda I that wasn't Vivekananda.
Yeah, he was elder and a disciple of Sardananda. Okay. And before the end of the year, he arrived in America. After a short stay in San Francisco, he went to Los Angeles in the early part of 1905 and took up the work there, remaining for 5 years, thus relieving Swami Trigunatita of caring for that center. But in January 1910, Swami Satchidananda II left Los Angeles and the Ramakrishna order, and thus the center once again needed attention. Therefore, to jump far ahead of our story, in January 1911, Swami Trigunatita went south, this time to intensively reorganize the work. While the Swami clearly recognized the necessity for organization to provide a firm ground upon which to build a spiritual aspirant could stand in his or her effort to take off into the unknown, he was equally well aware of its snares, which could entangle the aspirant before he or she had lifted a foot off the ground. But with these dangers in view, and by 1911, with 8 years' experience behind him, he drew up a set of rules and regulations governing Vedanta centers. These rules were meant essentially for the new branch centers that he wanted to found throughout the Los Angeles area, centers that would be without him for months at a time. These new Vedanta centers were apparently small groups, each one consisting probably of only a handful of people, at least at first. Each was to have a mother or a father, whose duties and responsibilities were not clearly defined, but who would act, it would seem, somewhat in the capacity of deacon or deaconess, a subordinate officer in a Christian church. The rules were for their guidance, not in regard to what they were to do, but rather in regard to what they were to be. The document provided in effect, a moral and spiritual framework upon which a religion could grow and flower. It was not in any secular sense rules and regulations at all. There were 75 canons, each one numbered and each consisting of one sentence, or at the most, and rarely 3. In the original document, these numbered rules were widely spaced on the page, 6 typed sentences more or less to a legal sheet, 15 sheets in all. In presenting them here, we shall run the numbered sentences together and make paragraphs, a much less impressive form of presentation, to be sure. Nevertheless, one will detect in the rules the saving ground underlying and supporting the sometimes rough pavement of organization upon which the societies would stand. This deceptively simple document, which one might call Guidelines for Saints, reads, okay, Rules and Regulations Governing Vedanta Centers. This is a great relative world. Here, every person is closely related to every other person. Here, one's life is not really one's own life, but the life of the whole world. Here, one's gain is the gain of the whole world, and one's loss is the loss of the whole world. The whole world is one great brotherhood. In such a brotherhood, if you be good, others will get the benefit, and if you be wrong, then others will also have to suffer. So let us try to be good to ourselves and to others. Let us try to make ourselves better and make others better. In this relative world, we need mutual help. So let us help ourselves and help others too. In this transient world, we should not be so bent upon thinking simply of ourselves. Nothing will last long. Let us try to be unselfish. There is no greater virtue than in helping others. And if that help be really an unselfish one, it is then really the greatest virtue on earth. So let us try to live for others. Let this be our greatest pleasure in life. This being a relative world and a great brotherhood, a combined force has a greater effect than a single one. One person can help others, it is true, but two or more persons together can help more. So let us try to help mankind and all other beings singly and combinedly both. Those who have very little of their own personality, of their own vanity, of their own selfishness, will not think of hesitating in joining others in any good work. In doing good work jointly, there is little chance for one's vanity. Vanity and selfishness spoil all our good works. If the mind and the spirit be in good condition, then we can do good works in the most unselfish manner. Then peace and prosperity will flourish on earth as it is in heaven. So let us try to do the best works for humanity in the most economical way by improving the conditions of the mind. Then everything else will take care of itself. With these views, let us try to organize some such unselfish and non-sectarian centers for the culture of higher and nobler life, by which we, being an organization, shall yet be out of it. Let such centers of combined mental and spiritual force be called Vedanta centers. Vedanta name is the best one for any free organization because it is not attached to any personality. It is everybody's own. It is every nation's own. Vedanta center means most unsectarian, most unselfish, most desirous for knowledge. Vedanta means knowledge. There is no newness or oldness with respect to Vedanta. It is eternal. Those who will say that this Vedanta is old and that Vedanta is new are sectarian and want to make a sect of their own. Do not believe in guru-craft, teacher-craft. This is in respect to others and ourselves, particularly in respect to the mothers and fathers of the Vedanta centers. Those who want to be your guru are selfish and cannot give you the very highest. A true guru will wish you strongly to be even higher than himself. An ordinary guru would like to impress you directly or indirectly that he is higher than you. Compare Buddha. Buddha wanted to make all people Buddha. If all the teachers of the Vedanta die, or run away, or enter into vanity, or become degenerated, if all the Vedas are burned to ashes, if the whole world be destroyed, still the philosophy of Vedanta, or the knowledge of the self, and the truth will ever exist. So let this great, infinite, and eternal knowledge, let this culture of the absolute and immortal life be in no shape or form dependent upon any church or any organization, on any teacher or on any religion, irrespective of time or era, creed or cult, caste or color, race or nationality. Let the conductors of such centers be called the mothers and fathers of the same. The fathers or mothers of Vedanta centers can only teach others the following few rules of life by first practicing them in their own life, not simply by reading or discussing nor meditating. Only those who are really unselfish and want nothing else than the truth can be qualified for being mothers and fathers of Vedanta centers. Those who have their own desire to teach the world in spirituality are not really qualified or fit persons to teach. They have desires. Therefore, they are selfish. Consequently, they cannot do this most unselfish work. Teaching spirituality is a most unselfish work. There shall not be even any little hidden germ of the desire for the least name, fame, praise, pleasure, gain, or any such thing. We are our own teachers. Those who are really urged by circumstances of public spiritual need and not urged by their own desire to come forward to help may succeed in doing this great unselfish work. Do not try even indirectly to make students in spirituality. Do not get attached to any person in the spiritual community in any shape or form. Do not try even indirectly, even in the least, to make preaching religion a source of your livelihood. There shall be taken no dues, no contributions, no collections, except on special occasions. Do all religious works as works of love, just for the sake of God and the truth. Do just as the majority of the people think best. Do not disregard, but always honor public opinion. Then you can protect yourselves better and do more good to the people. Do not seek for nor expect any prominent seat or post of any kind of office in such unselfish Vedanta centers. Please always be watchful and prayerful. Please try to repeat those two watchwords often so that the following may not slowly creep in. We're going to stop there. So keep repeating watchful and prayerful. Are there any questions or comments? He was a great organizer. No questions or comments? Okay. Saturday evening at 5 o'clock here in the temple, Swami Trigunatita will have the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, do the regular reading. Sunday, we'll have a regular lecture at 11 o'clock. Swami Medhananda is giving a lecture, and the title is Peace Pilgrim, an American Vedantin. I don't know if many of you remember when she came through Santa Barbara. It was in the 70s, late 60s, 70s, I think. Also on Shivaratri Sunday, is Shivaratri. It starts at 6 p.m. in the evening and goes till about 11:30 or 12. There are 4 watches, and 4 watches mean 4 separate worships. The first one is at 6 p.m., the second one is at 7:30 p.m., the third is at 8:45, and the fourth is at 10. There will be, Shivaratri is the one day that most of us fast. And so, but we offer food at every watch. So there will be prasad on the temple porch at the end of every watch. And if you're not fasting, you're welcome to help yourself. On the 18th, Wednesday, right after Shivaratri, is Sri Ramakrishna's puja. And that will be like our normal pujas. It starts around 11 o'clock in the morning. Home of fire down in the convent living room at 12:45, and prasad lunch about 1:30. And you're all invited to come, please. Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.